So, Kat, you do equine history, and you've come to the right place, the Kentucky Historical Society. Here we are in the middle of horse country. And what are you working on as a KHS fellow?
So right now, for my dissertation, I'm looking at definitions of breed and models of production, so the ways that breeders produce their animals from the, say, 1750s all the way up until the 1950s.
So have you found any trends dealing with Kentucky at all, and how does Kentucky sort of fit into that research?
Well, I was actually kind of surprised. The breeder that I'm looking at right now started off with cattle, which is not unusual in the scheme of things, but I was surprised to find that here in Kentucky. He then shifts to thoroughbreds, which of course is very, very common here, and then to standardbreds, which is not uncommon in the 19th century, but it was absolutely wonderful to look at how he annotates his breeding with these different animals. With his cattle, a few with his sheep, though he doesn't keep his detailed records with them, with his thoroughbreds, and then with his trotting horses.
What are some of the collections that you've been looking at here at KHS, and what are some of the most interesting things that you found?
Well, so you recommended the Alexander family papers, and I'm so glad because they were not on my radar. And having his personal books, some of which are annotated, to read alongside the letters and his farm day books and all of that has been an incredibly rich resource. One of the things that I've liked the most is being able to compare, between the cattle and the horses, and between the thoroughbreds and the standardbreds, and having that all from one breeder's perspective, so I can rule out any changes that are person to person, and look at the technologies, the tools, and the methods that he's taken from one animal to the next.
So how do you feel like your research will really resonate with modern audiences?
Well, I think right now we're really considering what are the benefits of our current breeding methods, particularly pure breeding methods. We have a lot of designer dogs that are healthier, honestly. We have sort of a rise in even crossbreeding with horses with their own separate registries for crossbreeds, because these days you need to have a registry and papers. But we're creating new ways for these animals to maintain their value while sort of steering away from some of the problems with consistent pure breeding and even inbreeding.
So as a KHS fellow, you're doing research here, obviously,
Yes.
at the Thomas D. Clark Center for Kentucky History, but where else are you going around the state to do this research?
So I spent a couple hours at the Keeneland racetrack at the library there, which was absolutely phenomenal. I'll be going back there as well as probably coming back here if I can arrange that in the future. I'll also be going to the International Museum of the Horse next week to see what they have, which I'm sure is also going to be phenomenal. That's all I have time for this trip, but I've gotten enough suggestions that I'll definitely have to try to make another trip.
Well, thanks for being here, and I think we hope you'll be back soon.
Me too.
Well, thanks.
If history is important to you, please like our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share with your family and friends.